jestem w jednej 16 Polakiem. Moja prababcia była Polką.
When Polish people learn that I speak Polish, they often say dlaczego, why? And the first guess is that, is my wife Polish? No, she's not.
We even listened to Agnieszka Osiecka, and I translated a couple songs and a couple poems.
W 1991 roku ja studiowałem w Wiedniu i byliśmy też w Czechosłowacji, w Węgrzech i w Polsce. W tych latach, to znaczy w tym momencie, to było tak ciekawe być w Polsce, bo to był tuż po komunizmu, wszystko było taki bałagan, ale ciekawy bałagan w Polsce. I potem, kiedy byłem na Columbia University jako doktorant, ja myślałem, ja chcę wiedzieć więcej o Polsce.
Most of the students I have met are not Polish, have no Polish origins, and they came to study Polish history, culture, literature, simply because it was something new, something unknown, and something very unfamiliar.
And we studied a lot of Polish literature in that class, and some of it was literature that had been translated. We read Moscow, stuff that had been published, and at that point my translation still wasn't published, so we read fragments of my translation that was still being worked on. We read Edward Stachura, Andrzej Bursa, and the students loved this stuff.
A big inspiration for me wanting to learn Polish was the Polish friends I made in New Jersey. They were very not superficial people and very nice to me. So I wanted to learn more about the culture, and learning the language is an important part of that. And so even though I had some Polish heritage going back decades on my mother's side of the family, we never got to experience it growing up. We didn't eat any pierogi or any sauerkraut or anything, and so it wasn't until I made friends later in life that I was exposed to that culture and I was interested in learning more.
Jest zastanawiające dla mnie, dlaczego ci ludzie się uczą języka polskiego. Dlatego, że nie ukrywajmy się, z polskiej perspektywy to może trochę inaczej wygląda, ale dla Amerykanów, dla ludzi mieszkających w Stanach Zjednoczonych, język polski jest jednym z tych blisko 200 języków, państw, które należą do ONZ-u. I jest to, jak powiedziałem, ciekawe, że ci ludzie to robią. My wszyscy wiemy, jakieś mamy jednostkowe przykłady, dlaczego. To znaczy, że ktoś może miał rodzinę polską, ktoś inny się spotkał ze znajomymi, którzy go zachęcili do tego, jeszcze innego narzeczona namówiła, jeszcze inny zrobił to może z tego powodu, że chciałby może jakiś biznes w przyszłości w Polsce, jeszcze inni dlatego, że chcieliby uczyć tego języka i jak zajmują się tematyką słowiańską, to ten polski im się tam gdzieś oczywiście nasuwa jako jeden z ważnych języków.
People, as I say, people many times ask me why, dlaczego się uczą polskiego, why? And finally, after so many years, I answer, why not, right?
Knowledge of Polish culture, of Polish language, of Polish history, of Polish literature has been useful for a lot of students in my experience. I have been teaching at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee for 37 years, and it's useful on many levels. It's useful, first of all, in the local community. Many of these people belong to Polish organizations, teach Polish, work with in Polish community, and these are the success stories on the local territory of our community. There are also many students who, after graduating, go away, and we don't hear from them for quite a long time, but eventually we hear that they work in Warsaw, for example, for Deutsche Bank, and they are doing a very good job because they know Polish, German, English. There are students who work as legal advisors in Europe, and also they tell me that the knowledge of Polish language was most important in obtaining the job. So we look at this as a work which is to build for a long run, for a long tradition, and for a long career.
People like to study interesting topics, and I think not Polish history or Polish culture because it's a Polish culture, but because it represents people, themes, events, experiences that no other culture can replicate.
I could have 3 or 4 panels only of students who are professors, who learn Polish here, started from the very beginning, right? Mama, tata, and so on, and who are professors in American universities and in the universities in other countries.
I also had a student who was a granddaughter of the last Habsburg Emperor, Franz Joseph. She was my student for half a year, and she said, well, this is an amazing opportunity to start to see what happened in the lands that are now Poland, but that used to be a Habsburg Empire, an empire that my family ruled.
There's no necessarily practical answer to why should I study Polish, but there is a broader answer, and that is because Poland is an important part of world culture, and it's just as important to learn Polish as it is to learn French or Spanish or any other language.
We have to really show a future student tangible results and benefits of taking Polish. I do also take people, my students, to Poland, and I show them how beautiful the country is, that knowing Polish maybe it's not essential, but it's very helpful. So this year, 2 of my students who went with me want to go back. First to teach English to the Polish students, but eventually maybe to stay and study.
Language is a key to literature, key to history, key to understanding progress, any sort of progress.
We not only request and provide translation of official documents, we translate from one culture to another. We want Polish, not just Polish language, but also Polish history, culture and customs as well, to be understood here in America.
In Professor Freilig's words, student polonistyki, ambasador polskości.